What's going on, YouTubers? How you all doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful Friday. Why is that? Because we're here in the model shop. That's why. Let's get through that intro and get into this list. I'm excited. Be right back. Alrighty, so like you've seen in the thumbnail, we're talking about MPC kits today. So today is going to be my top 5 MPC kits or picks, however you want to look at that. To be honest with you, I'm not a humongous MPC guy. And you would think that from my generation, when I was a kid, pretty much that's all I built was MPC or the old white box monograms. That was the big thing that was available to us locally. We didn't have like specialty hobby shops. We got stuff at the drugstore or Kmart's. So those were the main brands that they carried. But MPC has some good box art. They have some bodies that are unique to MPC, meaning they have the licensing rights on them. Not sure if the tooling is still there or not. But most of these kits I have put together and have enjoyed in the past. So this was a little tricky, and I probably, I mean, some of these I have duplicates. I probably only have maybe 15 MPC different types of models right now. Like I said, some of them are duplicates, so I probably only own maybe 25 MPC kits for the most part. But nonetheless, you want to see what the top 5 is, so I'm going to show you. So my number 5 is going to be this re-release, which they did in this tin of the Ohio George Mustang. This thing is cool, the Melco gasser. I had one of these back in the day, put it together, it got destroyed. Straight axle fell off of it. We were kids. Kids tried to play with stuff, you know, whatever. And then next thing I knew, some of it was gone and some of the motor stuff went on some other cars. So, very disappointed that I didn't take better care of my stuff back then, but was very excited when I found out that this was going to be a re-release. You would see some of the original kits float around on eBay once in a while, and they were a little spendy. So the fact that they did this and then put it in this cool tin, this is cool. So I was really jacked when this thing became a re-release. So that's my number 5. My number 4, which this kit was cool. If you remember too, there was a black version of this, and that is this Petty Charger. So they had like a Street Charger kit that came out back in the day, and that kit got re-released as well. This kit got re-released. This is the re-release here. My son got this for me for my birthday probably 3 years ago, something like that. So I was ecstatic when he got that for my birthday. But I love this kit, and I definitely want to do this thing sooner than later. Plus, I really am kind of itching to do something larger. Now, my number 3 kit is another kit that I built probably 2 or 3 different times. This kit here, this particular kit, means a lot to me. Just for the fact is, it's a re-release of the original, but this one here was gifted to me. My good buddy Bob gave me this thing. He knew that I wanted to get another one of these things. My hobby shop was really slow to get them back in. They got, I think, 6 of them on their initial, and they all flew off the shelf. So Bob, I think, had a bunch of them, and then he was very gracious to send me this thing as a gift. So thank you again, Bob. But I love this flip front end truck. And in that era on the originals, there was a lot of cars and stuff back in the day that were flip front end. I mean, even the monogram stuff had a bunch of flip nose stuff. So this really takes me back, and I definitely want to get going on this one. My number 2 kit. I was very lucky that a good friend of mine, Terry, sold me this thing because this one was the first kit that I ever built that went to a model show, which was the Autorama, which became the World of Wheels, that was down in the St. Paul Civic Center. And I painted it yellow and blue, but this was such a fun car. So this is my number 2, is this little Pro Street Monza. Kind of had the wide body. Back then I didn't even know what a wide body was, but this kit, I loved seeing this kit at Kmart. I built one and painted it all blue, and I kind of mucked it up, and then it was probably a few weeks went by and I got my allowance again and I bought another one. And I remember coming home and saying to my dad that I wanted to build one that was really, really nice, and I was going to take my time because I wanted to put it in the model show. And I did. I took my time, so I was proud of that. And my dad said, well, we're going to have to teach you how to spray paint better, because when you're a kid, you're just like, you know. So then he taught me how to try and maintain my distance away from the body and start before and then not end the spray until after you pass the surface. And that just opened up a lot of doors for me to learn how to paint better. And then it's a great memory that I still retain to this day of my dad trying to show me techniques to get better at something that I really love to do, which was build models. But this car was cool. I still kick myself in the butt. I do not know what happened to it. There's a couple pictures floating around of it, but man, it was such a cool kit. So I was really glad that Terry sold me that. My number 1 pick, okay, some of you guys probably already know, is actually 2 kits that are my number 1, and simply because it's literally the same car, it's just a different delivery, and it's these 2 guys right here. So this kit I was after for a long time. This is really cool, the Mopar missile. There's so much documentation and things that I've been able to read over the years, talk to people over the years about Don Carlton. I really thought that what Don was doing, his team was doing, a lot of development work, and that just interests the heck out of me, and I love this thing. Part of the reason of the 73 Duster that they ran back then is part of the reason why I bought mine, because it was kind of the first one that went to the peak nose, and they were doing a lot more stuff with aerodynamic things of that nature in 72, well, really 71, 72, and then 73. They were really doing a lot of stuff to try and get the aero factor of these bodies in Pro Stock. So this kit is my number 1, and then also this, it's literally the same tooling, the Sox and Martin design on this kit. So both of these are top kits. I can't pick one or the other. If I had to pick 1 or 2 out of these, this would be number 1, and because it's black. So but yeah, that's gonna be my top 5. So like I said, the 2 Dusters are literally the same tooling, and I love all of these things. There is a couple others that I really like that I do have. I have an original General Lee 1/25th scale, and I also have the General Lee 1/16th scale that is a re-release. So when they re-released that, I wanted one of those as well. The original General Lee, I probably will just save that one. there were so many of those that I had bought back in the day. I can't even tell you how many General Lees that I bought back in the day. And the Charger was really kind of the best kit at the time that represented a B-body Mopar. Being my dad had Roadrunners and GTXs all the time, I wanted something that was that big body, and they really didn't have any of that stuff. Like I said, in the early days, the nice hobby shops that carried more brands were not around. It probably wasn't until the early 80s that we started to get some of those shops, and that's when we learned about the Johan. So we had no idea about the Johan Roadrunners then, and those AMT, or not AMT, the MPC Dukes of Hazzard stuff was just really, really cool. So built a lot of those things, plus the Roscoe cop car. I think there was the Daisy Jeep. I'm not sure if they ever did the Daisy Roadrunner, the yellow car. Maybe they did. And I don't think they did Uncle Jesse's truck, but I do think they did Cooter's tow truck back in the day. Not sure. If you know any of that, anybody in there, please educate me on that. Put it in the chat. I'd really, really appreciate it. I don't know if they did all the cars out of the Duke Boys. I know the Roscoe car, the General Lee, the Daisy's Jeep. Not sure about the Roadrunner or the Satellite, whatever that was. 73, 74, or whatever. But then I don't know if they did Uncle Jesse's Ford and Cooter's tow truck. I'm not sure, but I'm sure somebody does. The throbbing brain that's out there will definitely educate that. But I hope you like that. If you're an MPC guy, I'd really love to know what your top 5 is. Really would. I'm sure there's a ton of MPCs out there, and I'm just going to throw this out there real quick too before I get off here. Some of you probably know that I have a ton of the new MPC Demons, and you're probably going, well, geez, why ain't the Demon on there? The Demon's on there, but it's down at the bottom. That's a re-release, but it really doesn't have a lot of sentimental value to me. These ones do. Like I said, the pickup truck, the Monza, I did those when I was young, and I have so many great memories. And when I build that pickup, I'm going to have so many flashback memories again. And then knowing that Bob gifted that truck to me, I'm always going to hold that, you know, right here where it counts. So really, really cool. And then the Petty car, I kind of would like to get my son to help me build that and kind of do a buddy build, being it's so big. And he's getting really good, and he's having fun at that. So I think it'd be really kind of cool if we built that Petty car together. So I'm kind of glad that I've saved it. He may even want to try and find one for himself and just say, yeah, we'll build 2 of them together. But whatever. Whatever he wants to do. I think that would be a lot of fun, though. So I think I've wasted enough of your time. I'm sure I'll have a shop update for you tomorrow. We're going to get back on the Roadrunner. We started sanding the Demon from the other night. I want to get that kind of polished up, buffed out with the compound. And we'll probably talk about some compounds and some polishes. I got quite a few messages from a few people asking about what I use and how I use it. So we will kind of address that. I guess there's been a few other people that have done videos on that, and I had a couple really good questions where people needed some clarification. So we'll do that later. So see you all tomorrow. Peace out, everybody. Have a good night.